Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Metro.co.uk, the U.S. Army has confirmed it targeted Iranian military facilities in self-defense following reports of explosions near the Strait of Hormuz. Explosions were heard in Iranian port cities like Bandar Abbas and Cheshm Island, and Iran state broadcaster described them as an exchange of fire with an enemy. The U.S. Central Command issued a statement detailing that U.S. Navy guided missile destroyers USS Truxtun, USS Rafael Peralta, USS Mason were transiting the strait when they intercepted multiple unprovoked Iranian attacks, including missiles, drones, and small boats. No U.S. assets were hit. CENTCOM clarified that its retaliatory strikes targeted Iranian military sites responsible for these attacks, such as missile and drone launch sites, command and control locations, and intelligence nodes. The U.S. emphasized it does not seek escalation, but remains ready to protect its forces. This incident raises fears about the fragile ceasefire and the ongoing Iran war, despite a U.S. official's insistence that it does not signify a resumption of major fighting. Meanwhile, Pakistan, a mediator in peace talks, expressed hope for an agreement soon. Palestinian former detainees have spoken out about experiencing systematic torture and sexual violence within Israeli prisons, according to a report by Al Jazeera. Survivors, including a 17-year-old identified only as Ahmed, detailed degrading treatment such as being stripped naked, subjected to dog attacks, and enduring sexual assault with objects. Mohammed al-Bakri recounted being sexually assaulted by Israeli soldiers, who also unleashed dogs on him. Rights groups like Euromed, Human Rights Monitor, and the Women's Center for Legal Aid and Counseling have documented these testimonies, noting that the abuses are widespread and systematic, involving both male and female Israeli guards and soldiers. These accounts highlight the severe psychological trauma faced by former detainees, with many struggling with harrowing memories long after their release. According to Sinuanet, the U.S. Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, announced new Iran-related sanctions on Thursday. The measures target Ali Motbrij al-Bahadli, Iraq's Deputy Minister of Oil, for allegedly facilitating oil diversion for the Iranian regime and its proxy militias in Iraq. Additionally, 3 senior leaders from Iran-aligned terrorist militias, Kataib Saeed al-Shuhada and Asaib al-Haq, were sanctioned. These actions fall under existing U.S. measures against Iran's economy, particularly its petroleum sector, and terrorist networks. The United States has maintained restrictions on Iran since 1979. Intensifying a maximum pressure campaign on its financial, manufacturing, oil, missile, and proxy networks. This latest expansion of sanctions follows failed post-ceasefire negotiations with Iran in April, which also led to a U.S. blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, preventing ships from transiting to and from Iranian ports. The Philippine Coast Guard reported on May 7th that it dispatched an aircraft to issue a radio warning to a Chinese scientific research vessel, the Shangyang Hong 33, operating in the disputed waters of the South China Sea. The vessel, equipped to support submersibles, was found deploying a service boat near Iroquois Reef in the Spratly Islands, confirming unauthorized marine scientific research. During the flight, the Philippine Coast Guard also detected 41 Chinese maritime militia vessels anchored around Iroquois Reef and Thitu Island, which is occupied by the Philippines. Manila accused China of seriously infringing upon its sovereign rights and maritime jurisdiction through these unauthorized activities and the massing of militia ships. In response, the Chinese embassy in Manila reiterated Beijing's historical rights, asserting that the islands and reefs belong to China and that all actions comply with international law. The Songyang Hong 33 has been observed exploring near other disputed features in the Spratlys for weeks. This report comes from the Liberty Times. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Pope Leo XIV at the Vatican on Thursday, May 7, 2026, for a diplomatic meeting lasting over 2 hours. According to UPI, the discussions focused on the situation in the Middle East and other topics of mutual interest in the Western Hemisphere. Rubio also met with Vatican Secretary of State Cardinal Pietro Parolin to discuss mutual cooperation and efforts for durable peace in the Middle East. The meeting occurred amidst recent tensions, as President Donald Trump has repeatedly criticized Pope Leo XIV, including his views on Iran's nuclear weapons, and called the pontiff weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy. Pope Leo XIV, the first U.S.-born pope, has responded by stating he has no fear of the Trump administration and emphasized the Church's long-standing position against nuclear weapons. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.